Introducing first from the South Pacific, the Golden Bunty, Eugenie!
Eugenie, one of the most popular women's wrestlers, one of the most popular wrestlers here in Queensland today. You can hear that by the crowd. One of those competitors that have been taking Australia by storm last year. To the fact now that they've put her on these World Series Wrestling Tours is a testament to that.
Florida, Santana, Garrett!
Todd, you and I have spent a lot of years watching the work of Jessica Troy, and this attitude as part of the rebellion has really made her more dangerous than ever.
Yeah, and she's already one of the top wrestlers in the country. Just having this hard edge to her now, this almost killer instinct, has just made her even more dangerous now.
Well known as the arm collector with that honestly disgusting Fujiwara armbar, where she just pops her competitor's arms right out of the shoulder socket. And you have to imagine that Jessica Troy, looking for victory here, looking to cement herself as a challenger for the World Series Wrestling Women's Championship. In saying that, her partner in the regime, Lena Cross, from the Rebellion, going to be challenging for that championship tonight. Maybe trying to get a bit of an insurance policy here for Lena.
And either way, you've got one of the best wrestlers in Australia at the moment, Jessica Troy, against one of the best international wrestlers in Santana Garrett, against one of the best up-and-coming wrestlers in this country, Eugenie. This is going to be one hell of a match.
Not wrong at all. Santana Garrett, well known for her time in NXT and more recently in Women of Wrestling. One of the WOW superheroes. Meanwhile, Eugenie recently taking hold of a title that Jessica Troy held for a long time, the MCW Women's Championship. Interesting matchups all around here.
Eugenie wanting to test her strength here against both girls.
I've seen the strength of Eugenie up close, and it wouldn't surprise me if she's stronger than both of these other two combined. Eugenie is a powerhouse. Seems like Jessica Troy is more than happy to let Eugenie and Santana Garrett fight it out between the two of themselves. Santana getting involved in Eugenie's test of strength here. Jessica Troy
there we go.
A little more hesitant, but locked in now. And Troy seems to be on the losing end in total.
Takes a shortcut.
Garrett.
Smart move. Get one out of the ring, so you've just got to... Whoa! Okay, I'll take that back. I'll take that back.
Jessica Troy making it one-on-one here in the ring. But Eugenie immediately taking control and launching Troy into the corner, following it up with a running splash. You talked about Eugenie being one of the up-and-comers here in the Australian scene, and she is showing us exactly why already. But there is the skill of Jessica Troy and the experience of Santana Garrett on display already.
Another roll-up. Ref Richard having his work cut out tonight, having a couple of these.
Important to note that any competitor does not need to be involved in the finish. If you are any of these women, you have to keep yourself involved in the match so that someone doesn't get a pinfall or a submission while you're hanging out outside of the ring. Garrett off the middle rope, rolls through both the Australian competitors. Deep arm drag there. And another.
Jess getting a taste of her own medicine here. Maybe Santana's scouted Jess before and knows what she's after and trying to beat her in her own game.
But the power of Eugenie clearly not on Santana's radar right then. Maybe looking for a choke bomb. Here goes Eugenie, but goes straight into the headbutt. And there is that arm-based offense of Jess Troy once again, manipulating that shoulder joint. Gets a 2 count there. Referee in perfect position to watch the shoulders.
Again, that's not just to try and finish this match. It's just to wear down a bit more. Just wringing that arm out. She wants to take that home with her.
And I don't know if it was caught by the cameras, but Jessica Troy also mocking the crowd as she picks apart Eugenie. Telling some of the audience members to get over it, as now she just applies pressure to that shoulder joint. Oh.
See, what you don't realise, something Jess does realise is where the arm goes, the rest of the body has to follow. And there are so many little joints and ligaments and that, the elbow and the arm and the wrist and the shoulder, that any of these moves can pop quite easily.
And that is what you don't want to see if you are Eugenie, that left shoulder just continuing to be weakened.
Especially if someone like Eugenie has a power-based defense. It's hard to do stuff when you've only got one ring.
You're not wrong. How are you going to lift someone up onto your shoulders for a Samoan drop? Like we might see attempted here, if that arm is going to give way partway through. And now Santana Garrett back in the ring. Ducks the clothesline from Jess Troy. Wrenches the arm.
Oh, backhand.
Garrett trying to drop the jaw right onto the extended arm there, but a leaping knee from Eugenie turns the tide. Super kick from Garrett to Eugenie, and now all 3 women down in the middle of the ring. Could be anyone's game from here, but a lot of damage has been done, especially to Eugenie. Santana Garrett trying to make some noise, get this crowd behind her as she rises to her feet. Shoulder delivered to Jess Troy.
Back elbow to Eugenie. Flying clothesline. Another one. That's a forearm. Knocked her a little loopy, I think.
And now Eugenie sent directly into Jess Troy.
What better than using your opponent as a weapon on your other opponent? Oh, springboard, back elbow.
Santana Garrett has clearly found her pace in this match as Jess Troy holds onto the rope, but Garrett leaps back into the action and delivers that forearm right to the noggin of Jess Troy. And now both of her competitors at her feet. Santana Garrett with a double chancery.
It's a hard move. It's a hard move to get a submission on, especially when you're not locking the legs the way she is. She can't get the proper lock on both the girls. So this is more just a neck wrench more than a full-on chancery.
But you can see that one move dealing damage to both of her competitors is going to be extremely efficient here. Now you can see that both of the Australian women have reached the bottom rope. Garrett has relinquished control. Of course, remembering this is a triple threat match, so we're not going to see a disqualification here. Ref Richo is going to let these women fight. And Jess Troy using the ring itself as a weapon. Those ropes just launch Santana Garrett into the ring. And the middle turnbuckle being met with Eugenie's face as Jess Troy delivers the double knees to the back of the neck.
I think this is no DQ. Why are you just punching someone in the throat? Just go for a throat, go for an eye. Rip an eye out.
Todd, these are wrestlers. They're wrestling.
Yeah, it's a wrestling move. Oh, spinning DDT.
And the height that Jessica Troy got on that to get the, was gonna say to get the win in this matchup. Up on the stage now, it appears that we've got company. Ash by Elegance has made her way out to the ring.
What is she doing out here? What is she doing out here? That's not her job. Her job is to sit in the back and get ready for her own match tonight.
She's making it clear to Jessica Troy that she is watching. Now Santana Garrett taking advantage of that momentary distraction and delivering a forearm. Jessica Troy trading back, and Ash by Elegance watching on the outside of the ring now. We talked about the fact that this match could have implications on the World Series Wrestling Women's Championship. And now the Women's Champion is watching Jess Troy trade blows with Santana Garrett. Troy getting the better of the situation with that big boot.
Going for the... What is she doing? What is she doing, Lachlan?
She just pointed out to Ref Richo that Jessica Troy was using the ropes for leverage on that pin.
And what are they going to do, disqualify him?
It's cheating,
It's
Todd.
not cheating. It's not cheating if there's no DQ.
It's still cheating whether you can get disqualified for it or not.
See, that right there, that is crap. I would swear because apparently it would work in blue tonight, but that's crap. She shouldn't be doing that.
Ash by Elegance has just negated Jess Troy from the conversation. And the super kick from Santana Garrett. Getting that momentum, handspring off the ropes into the splash on Eugenie.
Kick out.
There's the 3 count.
See, that right there is a travesty of justice.
Here is the winner, Santana Garrett!
Something needs to be done about that because that is against the rules. That's against the spirit of the game. That is against every known wrestling rule in this book. Why is Ash, you tell me, why has Ash done this, right? If I was Santana Garrett, I'd be asking, do you think that I'm easy to beat what Jess Troy is? Do you think I'm easy to
Her
beat?
feet on the ropes, Todd.
Yeah,
she was explicitly cheating. Ash by Elegance has evened the odds here tonight.
Mate, get your hand up. It's obvious what's going on right now. Ash by Elegance thinks Santana Garrett's an easier defense.